Perez moves to sign Klopp as coach, and the manager responds to the club. Real Madrid officials, led by Florentino Perez, have placed former Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp at the top of their list to coach the team in the coming period, replacing Italian Carlo Ancelotti. The Spanish newspaper Sport revealed that Real Madrid president Florentino Perez believes Jurgen Klopp is the only candidate capable of bringing Real Madrid back to top form. Those close to Perez also agree with this view. The paper also pointed out that Perez wants to reunite Liverpool star Trent Alexander-Arnold, who is close to moving to Real Madrid, with his former manager Jurgen Klopp at the club next season. Jurgen Klopp, Archive Image Sport, explained that the Real Madrid board had previously discussed the idea of hiring Klopp several years ago, but Perez did not approve it at the time. Now, however, the Spanish club is believed to be in a position to convince the 57-year-old to return to the world of coaching. The paper added that several agents have, in recent hours, indicated that speculation around Klopp becoming Real Madrid's head coach is gaining increasing momentum. The paper added that several agents have, in recent hours, indicated that speculation around Klopp becoming Real Madrid's head coach is gaining increasing momentum. Klopp left the Reds last summer and has not taken on any coaching role since. In January, he assumed a position as director of football at Red Bull. The Brazilian network explained that Klopp is not satisfied with his role at Red Bull and has spoken to some close associates, telling them he is ready to leave the position if he receives a call from Real Madrid or the Brazilian Football Federation. Several reports have linked Klopp with the Real Madrid job, but Ancelotti remains in charge of Los Merengues, with a contract running until June 2026. The network noted that there has been no contact between Klopp and either Real Madrid management or the Brazilian Federation. However, it confirmed the coach's discontent with his current situation at Red Bull, despite earning a salary of €12 million per year. He hints at leaving Real Madrid after loss to Arsenal. Italian coach Carlo Ancelotti, manager of Real Madrid, expressed his disappointment after his team exited the UEFA Champions League following a heavy defeat to English side Arsenal, with an aggregate score of 5-1 in the quarter-finals, allowing Arsenal to face Paris Saint-Germain in the semi-finals. Real Madrid exits the Champions League, Ancelotti said in post-match press comments. "We tried, but Arsenal were clearly the better side in both matches and deserved to qualify." He added, "It's been a long and very tiring season, and today is one of football's sad days, but we've also had happy moments in the past." Regarding his future with the Royal team, the Italian coach clarified, "I don't know, and I don't want to know. This might be my last Champions League match with Real Madrid. Let's wait and see what happens next season." Ancelotti pointed out that his team is still competing for 3 titles, saying, "We still have La Liga, the Copa del Rey, and the Club World Cup. We have to keep working and recover from this loss." The experienced coach touched on the flow of the match, saying, "We needed a penalty that wasn't given. We tried to come back, but the tie was already decided in the first leg." Ancelotti concluded his comments by stressing the need for unity. "We're not used to this kind of elimination, but we must hold our heads high and learn from our mistakes. In football, no team is invincible, and we've achieved great results in this competition before." Arsenal versus Paris Saint-Germain. Arsenal will face Paris Saint-Germain in the UEFA Champions League semi-finals. The first leg will be held in England, while the return leg will be in France. The first leg is scheduled to take place at Arsenal Stadium on either Tuesday or Wednesday, 29th or 30th April, while the return leg will be held at Paris Saint-Germain Stadium on either Tuesday or Wednesday, 6th or 7th May. Vasquez bids farewell to Real Madrid fans before his departure. In the aftermath of Real Madrid's bitter elimination from the Champions League quarter-finals, following a heavy 5-1 aggregate defeat to Arsenal, Spanish star Lucas Vasquez made statements filled with sadness and perhaps a hint of farewell. Real Madrid had suffered a harsh 3-0 defeat at the Emirates Stadium in the first leg, before falling again in the return leg at the Santiago Bernabeu, with a 2-1 result, thus exiting the continental tournament at the quarter-final stage. Lucas Vasquez has been linked with a move away from Real Madrid during the upcoming summer transfer window, as his contract with the club is set to expire at the end of the season. Meanwhile, there are reports of a possible move for Liverpool's Trent Alexander-Arnold, on a free transfer. As a result, Lucas Vasquez is expected to lose his place in Real Madrid's lineup, especially with Spanish international Dani Carvajal returning from a torn anterior cruciate ligament injury. Lucas Vasquez speaks about Real Madrid's Champions League exit. In his statements reported by the Spanish newspaper Marca, Vasquez said, "It was a tough match. We didn't get all the chances we wanted. We didn't lose control of the game. But there were a lot of stoppages, and the balance didn't tip in our favor. We couldn't do what we wanted." He added, "Maybe, yes, we lacked more clarity on the ball, and some patience when moving it from side to side to break through a very organized defense. They came to defend. In the first half, they did nothing, and in the second half, with us pushing forward, they found a way to win." Vasquez pointed out that the responsibility lies with everyone, saying, "Just as we are all responsible when we win, we are also responsible when we lose. This is football. Real fans know we always give our all. Things may go well or badly, but we always take responsibility." Signs of Vasquez's farewell to Real Madrid. Vasquez continued with visible sadness on his face, which Marca described as a farewell. "We'll come back stronger. Real Madrid will always return. And thank you for everything." He concluded, "There is still a lot of the season left to play. The team is united, in good shape, and we're eager to achieve what remains. We'll work to achieve everything." Arsenal legend warns Celiba against moving to Real Madrid. Former French star Emmanuel Petit, former Arsenal player, has issued a warning to current Gunners defender William Celiba regarding Real Madrid's growing interest in acquiring his services. Press reports indicated that the Royal Club had already contacted Arsenal to explore the possibility of signing the French player, whose contract with the London club will have just 2 years remaining starting next summer. Real Madrid hopes to sign Celiba for a reduced fee in the summer of 2026, or even on a free transfer, similar to what is being said about Trent Alexander-Arnold, Liverpool's fullback. Petit warned Celiba against moving to Real Madrid. In his interview with Standard Sport, Petit confirmed that Celiba should carefully consider his options before making such a decisive move like joining Real Madrid. Petit said, "William Celiba is enjoying his time at Arsenal. He loves the team's playing style and has developed remarkably, becoming a top-class player. His presence in the France national team came as a result of his brilliance with the Gunners." He added, "But things will be completely different if he decides to move to Real Madrid. The same applies to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Playing for Liverpool, a club he grew up in, is loved by the fans, and wins trophies with, cannot be compared to playing in Madrid. Moving to a new club means starting a new story, just like what happened to me when I left Arsenal for Barcelona. I had to start from scratch and prove myself again." Petit warned Arsenal's management against letting go of key stars, pointing out that Celiba could be one of the pillars of Mikel Arteta's future project. Petit sends a message to Arsenal's management about selling Celiba. He continued, "I understand that moving to the best club in the world may be a dream for any player, but things abroad aren't as simple as some think." He concluded by saying, "There's been a lot of talk recently about Arsenal's expected signings in the transfer market, whether in the striker or winger positions. And I agree on the need to reinforce the squad, but the most important thing is keeping the best players in the team. What's the point of signing top strikers if you lose one of the best defenders in Europe?" Ancelotti's Real Madrid. Spanish press reports have revealed a bombshell regarding the future of Croatian Luka Modric with Real Madrid in the coming period, after the latter exited the UEFA Champions League at the hands of English club Arsenal in the quarterfinals. Modric came on as a substitute in the second half of the match held on Wednesday evening, which Real Madrid lost 2-1, thus exiting the tournament after a 5-1 aggregate defeat. This gave the semi-final ticket to English side Arsenal, who will face Paris Saint-Germain. Despite the bitterness of European elimination, the match carried a historic stamp for Modric, as he became the player with the most appearances in the UEFA Champions League and European Cup wearing the Real Madrid shirt, reaching his 134th match, surpassing French star Karim Benzema, who stopped at 133 matches. Modric on the verge of leaving Real Madrid. According to Spanish journalist Arantxa Rodriguez on her personal account on the microblogging site X, formerly Twitter, this match was Modric's last in a Real Madrid shirt. given the absence of an agreement so far to renew his contract, which expires at the end of the current season. Press reports had indicated that the Real Madrid board has a strong desire to offload several players during the upcoming summer transfer window, most notably Lucas Vasquez, Luka Modric, in addition to French midfielder Eduardo Camavinga. During his career with Real Madrid, Modric won every possible title and was one of the key pillars that contributed to the team's dominance of European football over the past decade. He also won the Ballon d'Or in 2018, a historic and rare individual achievement during the era of Messi and Ronaldo's dominance of the award for a full decade. Modric's numbers with Real Madrid. Modric played 584 matches for Real Madrid across all competitions, scoring 43 goals and providing 93 assists. He is also considered the most decorated player in Real Madrid's history, having won 28 titles, including 6 UEFA Champions League titles, 6 Club World Cups, 5 Spanish Super Cups, 4 La Liga titles, 2 Copa del Rey trophies, and 5 UEFA Super Cups.